Flash flooding hits western New York after heavy rain. Torrential rain turned streets into rivers in western New York on Wednesday as flash floods swept through neighborhoods. Basements filled with water and highways disappeared under inches of rushing water as the storm swept through the region. The New York State Toll Road Authority sent a message to drivers on Wednesday warning them to be careful because of major flooding at the I-90 exit 46 interchange due to heavy rain. Neighborhoods and parts of the Thruway were flooded due to the heavy rains that hit our region. Trucks and other vehicles were moving very slowly through the water along the Thruway, causing major traffic jams. Henrietta Fire Department officials responded to 68 calls for water and rescues. Officials said they were unable to pump water out of basements until the water receded. 11 companies responded to the calls. Many other areas near Rochester also faced flooding, with one person in Henrietta pulling a kayak through the floodwaters. The disaster has left communities in limbo. Schools and shopping centers were forced to close, while many residents chose to evacuate to higher ground. Several major roads were impassable due to chest-deep water. The governor of New York issued a state of emergency and asked for federal assistance to speed up the evacuation process and deal with the impact of the disaster. Emergency services continued to work around the clock, evacuating residents from flooded homes and moving them to temporary shelters. Meanwhile, reports of damage to homes, vehicles, and public facilities continued to come in. Affected residents said they had never seen flooding of this magnitude before. The National Weather Service, NWS, warned that rain could continue to fall in the next few hours and the risk of further flooding remained very high. Residents were asked to remain vigilant, avoid unnecessary travel, and monitor the latest information from authorities. Authorities also appealed to the public not to attempt to drive through flooded roads, as strong currents could sweep vehicles away in seconds. Several amateur videos from residents showed cars being swept away by currents and swept into large ditches, adding to the panic on social media. Rescuers are working with the National Guard to reach areas cut off by flooding. In some locations, residents have had to be evacuated using rubber boats and helicopters because land access has been completely cut off. Hospitals in the affected areas are starting to receive patients with minor injuries from falls and being swept away while trying to save their belongings. Meanwhile, an emergency command center has been set up in Rochester to coordinate the distribution of logistical assistance, food, and emergency supplies to evacuees. Volunteers from various humanitarian organizations are also starting to arrive to help with the distribution of aid and the registration of victims. According to the latest forecast, the storm is expected to move northeast over the next 24 hours, but meteorologists warn that the weather system could still bring heavy rain. Local authorities have stressed that the safety of residents is their top priority and are asking the public to remain calm and follow the directions of field officers.